Stone here with Benson and Mangold Real Estate. Now, if you're in the market to buy a waterfront home here on the Eastern Shore of Maryland, there are a lot of things to think about, all right? So I'm going to try to come up with a list here of things that you might not be thinking of. So stick around and enjoy this video. All right, one thing to consider here is your depth of water, right? So I'll assume that most people that are buying on the water really like boating, okay? So if you own a big 45-foot sailboat that has a 8-foot draft and you want to park it at your dock, at your home, better make sure you have enough depth for that boat, okay? I was actually just meeting with some owners of a property the other day, and they're selling their home because they didn't have the depth for their boat. And they pointed to me across the river, and they're like, we have our boat anchored over there. We really want it to have here. We actually ended up, purchasing another property, and we're selling this one. So that's a really good prime example. All right, don't just assume. Okay, so talk to your agent and make sure they know what you need and what you want. Because if you have a little, center console or runabout with an outboard in it, 2 feet of water is great. So just really something you want to keep in mind. Okay. Another thing to think about here is exposure. So there's sun exposure. If you want sunset views over water, that's a really good thing to tell your agent. Okay. Another thing to think about is exposure of water and the elements. Now, there's no kind of, have your cake and eat it too here. If you want big water with big views, obviously they're beautiful, but you're going to be more exposed to, weather and waves and, boat traffic, right? Things to that extent, right? If you want a more quiet setting with water's, a bit more calm, obviously your views aren't as grand, but there's a lot less traffic, there's a lot less wear and tear on your shoreline, and overall it's just quieter, right? So really depends what you're into, okay? There's no right or wrong answer here, okay? All right, so elevation is another big deal to think about, okay? Really what it honestly comes down to is, are you in the floodplain? And how much above the sea level are you? All right, so obviously you don't want any water in your home. It's just obviously not very good, so just make sure you try to be as elevated as you can. There are plenty of homes around here that are still in the floodplain. Maybe it's a 500-year floodplain, whatever it may be. Just some things to keep in mind. Luckily around here in the Chesapeake Bay, it's a pretty protected piece of water around here, but we do get hurricanes or tropical storms that push up the bay, and if you get them pushing up in the wrong direction, it pushes a lot of water up into the bay and creating a surge, okay, of water. All right, so these are just things to think about as well. Okay, guys. Another think about it is logistics. Okay, so if this is your second home, you're not always here to watch over everything. Okay, if you got lawn chairs outside, if you got a boat, especially if your boat is tied up, and we get some weather that rolls through here. I mean, in July and August, we get some ripping storms that blow through here, that can really cause some damage, honestly. Limbs can fall down, your lawn furniture can blow away, you can break a line on your boat, If no one's there to kind of look over it, you could do some damage to your boat, So it's just, make sure you have someone that you can call, like your broker, who can run down and check things out, or maybe there's some companies out there that do property management. They can just come down, check everything over, make sure everything's okay, all right? All right, well, that's the end of the video. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below if you think those are important items to think about, or if there's anything else that you can think of that I may have missed, okay? Also, if you're looking to purchase a home or sell a home here on the Eastern Shore, please reach out. I'm happy to assist, and I will talk to everybody soon. All right, have a great day.